This video is brought to you by the Deck of Mini and their Big Bad Booklet series, and by the Roll for Combat Actual Play podcast and their 3-Ring Adventure series. Hello and welcome back to the Gallant Goblin. We finally got our hands on the Humblewood minis during Deck of Mini's big Black Friday sale, so I wanted to share them with you. Some of these sets contain monsters that you can use in most any campaign, and some have more Humblewood specific creatures like the Birdfolk and the Humblefolk. If you're curious about the Humblewood 5e campaign setting in the adventure book, which is phenomenal, then you can check out our full review at the link in the corner of your screen there. Of course, full disclosure, the Deck of Mini, who makes Humblewood, is one of our sponsors, though this is a review of a product that we purchased for ourselves, and the Deck of Mini hasn't paid any extra for this video. That said, let's take a look at the first set of 5 minis, the Heroes of Humblewood. The Strigg Knight is the unofficial mascot of the Humblewood campaign setting and appears in many of its iconic art pieces, including the cover. Many of the minis in this set represent specific NPCs from the adventure included in the book, but they can all also be used for PC minis. The Strigg race is owl-like and very strong and imposing. I think of them like that big burly uncle that you have who lives in Montana in a log house that he built himself. They're very much able to look after themselves, but maybe they have a bit of a haughty attitude towards less self-sufficient people like me. The Corvum are a crow-like race that's often seen by others as very shifty and nefarious. Crows have a reputation, after all. Of course, this type of generalization is highly discouraged, and Corvum should not be painted with a broad brush. Though when they choose to go into necromancy as opposed to, say, muffin making, then perhaps some worries are warranted. But like Severus Snape, sometimes that dark exterior and long shaggy black hair, or feathers in this case, hides a heart of gold. The Gallus are a chicken-like race in Humblewood. If we're going with analogies, I think of them as the salt-of-the-earth people you work with who are the MVPs of office life. They bring the best food to the potluck, always have a supply of aspirin and chocolate when you need it, and can always be relied on. And it really doesn't get more salt-of-the-earth than a chicken druid. I always refer to the Luma as the Phoebe from Friends race that resembles doves or pigeons. They're eccentric and friendly and flighty and creative. They're often brimming with charisma, but sometimes their eccentricities drive others away. I quite like the idea of the unpredictable, absent-minded Luma wizard, particularly if they're specialized in wild magic. This would probably be the class and race that I'd play in a Humblewood game. The Raptors are the hunter-gatherer, no-nonsense race of efficient, effective providers for the birdfolk. Without the Raptors, who are often overshadowed by the other more colorful birdfolk races, the whole society might crumble in on itself. If you fancy yourself as the quiet glue that keeps everything from falling apart, a Raptor Ranger might be the right combination for you. Overall, these unpainted minis are beautiful and unique. They arrive fully assembled and are ready for painting. The art is included on the back of the box to give you some idea of what color scheme might work for them, but you can paint them up in any way you choose, of course. All the minis in this pack have a medium-sized base, and you can pick up the pack for $25 to $30 depending on whether or not there's a sale going on. And if you'd like to try Humblewood out before purchasing it, there are several adventures and resources at humblewood.com. We'll have our reviews of the other minis in this collection coming out the next couple of weeks. I love me some Humblewood, and I can't wait to see what else the Deck of Mini has in store for this particular series. So let me know what you think of this set in the comment section down below. Many thanks to our sponsors for this video, starting with, of course, the Deck of Mini. Not only do they produce and distribute awesome campaign settings like Humblewood, Hecna, and Sina Una, but they also have their ongoing Patreon, where you can sign up to receive monthly sets of reference cards and Big Bad Booklets, which contain boss monsters that you can use for 5th edition D&D. This month, come meet the Hydrail, a massive multi-headed snail driven only by its need to consume magic of all kinds. Will you stop this monstrous mollusk or get caught up in his slimy path of destruction? Subscribe today at bigbadbooklet.com. We're also supported by the Roll for Combat Actual Play podcast and their 3-Ring Adventure series. Lately, I've been really wanting to shine a spotlight on the players in the 3-Ring Adventure game because they're pretty incredible. Today, if you're not already familiar with her, let me introduce you to Lauren Sieg. She's another longtime RPGer and helped write the Psychic Anthology Pathfinder Player Companion sourcebook. She also studies marine ecosystems at Indiana University, which is pretty awesome. On the 3-Ring Adventure series, she plays Hap, the fiery performer known as the Straight Sparrow. Follow her adventures on the 3-Ring Adventure podcast over at rollforcombat.com. And thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed the video, you can leave us a like on this video. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming awesomeness we have to share with you. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. For now, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I'll see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.